Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to another 27-degree morning. Today is Thursday, the 12th of February. Anyway, 38 degrees. That's a way bigger jump than it was yesterday. 53 is the expected high today. But anyway, let's head to the Southland and start diving into a what is it with me wanting to call the canyons a Riker? The canyon red rock. It's something about that red rock, just the makes the Riker roll out for some reason. But birds, it's like a spring morning, all the birds carrying on out here. It's quite nice. Anyway, welcome to the day. A smoking 42 degrees here in Vancouver, but it was nice, just like yesterday, all the way here.
Very pretty.
Very pleasing.
Nice and warm in the car.
Yeah, warm in the car.
We're gonna get out and freeze.
42 is gonna feel like 32 after being in this.
Yeah, we got too warm in here, I think.
Yeah, the sun's beaming through the windows all the way to work.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go bust out a Thursday.
Alrighty.
Only got 2 more to go, and the weekend is upon us.
Yeah.
And the dadgum rain.
I know. Actually, I think what I looked at is supposed to rain tomorrow, and then it's actually supposed to be cloudy on Saturday and sunny on Sunday, and then back to the rain.
Oh, I'll take that.
And then rain and snow mix for next week.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh joy. All right, Mama.
All right, Paul.
Have yourself a wonderful Thursday.
You too.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye now.
Bye.
So I feel bad for this guy. I guess he's talking to the guys up top there, and I guess he was sad that I was upset that he was late. Number one, I don't get upset over nothing. I mean, make it sound that way. Theatrics, you know. But I did say, I said the schedule could be wrong, and I guess that's what it was. Because you remember I told you the thing is written up for a drivability problem, that it's stalled while running, had nothing to do with the ACS. So whoever, I think we have temporary service writer guys on the weekend. Maybe that's when it got scheduled. And but anyway, there was nothing wrong. He was on time. There was no problem. They had him for 11, and I think it was actually at 1 or something like that. No problem. If you're watching this, kind sir, trust me, no issue whatsoever. Now, the one thing I do have an issue with is I get here this morning, and the guys are blowing me up. Some guy keeps calling, demanding for the contact info for the gentleman that did the Goldwing Spyder thing. Number one, if you held a weapon to our head, we're not going to give you any personal customer information. I don't know, where you're from or whatever, but here in the United States, that is against the law. We cannot do that. And I think twice a year, I have to sign a document through our corporate stuff, and one of them is about personal information. We can't leave any computer that's hooked up to the network. If you walk away, you have to log out. You can't, even for a moment, you have to log out, because in case somebody, you got tied up with a customer and somebody goes flipping through your stuff. Because, anybody that's familiar with the software we use could potentially look up a customer's information. We can't leave, documents laying around with personal stuff, and we just can't do it. So, somebody was, I guess, blowing the phones up this morning, trying to get that guy's information. It's never going to happen. But anyway, here's my little rant for the day. Because I go upstairs to get Kelly a cup of coffee and me a cup of cider, and I got attacked by both the service riders up there today. And anyway, crazy. But I don't want, you wouldn't want people digging into your personal stuff. I know I wouldn't. Jeez, world's crazy out there. Next thing you know, you get people coming up, knocking on. You remember years ago, I literally had people pulling up to my house. I'm like, what in the holy heck? They just come up like long lost friends. Dude, you know, you're crazy doing something like that out in the country. Those things can end badly. But anyway, I grabbed one piece. I need to get a dolly because the other parts is in a large box. But this is the broken side piece, which did I take all that off? No, it's still on there. And to get this subframe off, the other side's going to have to come off too, because it's bolted to it. Imagine I could get it. I was looking at that before. It is part of the structural integrity of it, but the main frame is on the inside of it. But this lateral support, you know, this is on the main frame, and this looks like it's oh no, it's on the main frame. So that piece comes out separately. No, or does it? I don't know. I need to get a flashlight down there. It may come out separate, but all that's got to come off. I don't think there's enough free play that I'd be willing to risk, you know, loosening that and trying to get this out. It's gonna be bad enough because the shock is attached to that subframe piece. This is gonna be really tricky. Especially, the last time I looked, and I'll look again this morning, there is no shop manual on these things yet, which is the craziest thing ever. But I'll look. I may be speaking out of turn. I see where he's got the BRP trailer hitch kit in there. I don't know if it was customer installed or we installed it. If we did it, it wasn't me. But looks like it's in there. All good. Left the tails on the zip ties. I'm never a big fan of that. Or even worse is if they cut it at an angle and you have little X-Acto knives floating around inside there. That's always nice. Royal Enfield's famous for that one. Be careful reaching your hand into anything on a Royal Enfield. Look for sideways cut zip ties that are hanging out. They'll get you. Now, that's smart. A zip tie can flat do some damage, I'm here to tell you. But let me go get the rest of the parts. I'm not even scheduled. They scheduled this thing for when the missing part or parts show up. But I was looking over the list with Kelly last night, and it doesn't look like those can. I can get most of the stuff done without them. But like I say, I think I'm just gonna grab that and just slide the towel. It's slick floor. Clear my I call it Spyder table off and get this thing up and start tinkering around with it. I'm in no rush because it's not even on my schedule yet, because technically we don't work on stuff until all the parts are here. But like I say, what's missing, I think I can proceed quite a ways on it. It's so cool how all this stuff, that kind of hinders. I guess it's, no, it goes all the way down. Well, the toolkit gets it on the other side. But anyway, these things fold all out of the way when you put that plate on. And if you're not running rear trunk, you can flip all this stuff out of the way and use different links things on them. But the trunk utilizes those stays. But all this stuff folds in and out of the way. Man, I'm sure glad I got that pole. You know, I didn't even pay attention to it when I was doing the estimate. I didn't even walk over here and look. I'm going, yeah, that's a pivot point. They got whacked. But you can clearly see the bow in that thing. You can really see it right here. It's just taking a turn in. But you gotta remember, that thing tried to get ripped out of there. And then I got one little bit of bad news. I'll have to sort this out, fairly quick. I was asking I was talking to one of the other techs, and I mentioned that we got that Doyle or whatever it's called, Rivnut tool up there. And he goes, "What are you working on?" I said, Canyon Red Rock. And he goes, those BRP Rivnuts can be really tough. He goes, the handles aren't very long on that thing. He goes, there were some of those I couldn't get to collapse. And I go, well, don't tell me that, because I think there's, I don't remember, was it 20 something or 40 something? I don't remember how many of those Rivnuts are on this thing. A bunch. Cool beans. But yeah, all that stuff's got to come out of there. And what I'm hoping is, because it looks like this piece dismounts, and I'm hoping that you can have all the electrics loose. You know, obviously take the battery out, but you know, all this harness stuff, and then you can just slide that subframe out. First thing I'm gonna do is see if there's a manual available for it. That would be nice, because it's nice to have a resource when you have questions. Get this boy back on the road with these man, this nice weather out. We had a few days last week, and then you know, these days that weren't supposed to have this week either. It's supposed to dump all week. And now Kelly's saying there's chance of wintry mix next week, and we need to save our days off, because I think I'm good, but Kelly could run out of days off, and it'd be literally working, you know, going to Ireland or whatever we're doing without pay. And things have been super, as you see, I don't have a lot to do down here, and things have been super tight, and yeah, dwindling savings down to nothing. All our retirement stuff is it's not good. This whole thing that's got the country all weirded out, it's absolutely unnecessary, and costing a lot of people a lot of money. A lot of people are losing their jobs, and things are really slow. Look at car dealers and stuff, man, they're just stacked up. There's not a lot of people buying anything. People, when things get weird, they get nervous and they hold their money tight. You know, we do the same thing, but you know, now we're a family of 6 again, and that's tough. But anyway, enough of the rambling. Let's get to have to go back up and find the subframe for it. But that box had the new bag in there. Always take them out, make sure there's no blemishes or dings or anything unusual on them. You want to find out now instead of later. Still don't know. I'll have to play some locksmithing there. Sometimes they're easy. Sometimes you learn some bad words. There's that stainless steel rod for that pivot I showed you was bent. And I think I'm gonna have to double check, but I think because it wasn't clear, oh no, all right, I did the right thing. I did determine that these braces are on here, but what I couldn't decipher is if it came, yeah, there's one of them right there. Came with the little rubber boots that pop in there, and I'm glad I ordered it, because it does not. So that's cool. Very nice bags. I wonder who makes these things. I wonder if it's Tour Tech or maybe BRP does it. They're pretty crafty. Wouldn't surprise me if they made them. They're nice. They're really nice. Okay, we'll go find the subframe. That's the big pieces I need to get. All this stuff was in there, and you even said right on the box. That's pretty cool. BRP sent it that way. Yeah, it says mixed parts. So that was all in there. It looked like somebody had untaped it to verify. So they're all the way that BRP sent them. I had a layer of stuff to protect everything. That was separate. Obviously, the subframe is going to be separate. That's not going to be a small piece. Shouldn't be too bad. But I'm thinking that could be quite heavy. You can physically see how that is sideways. Things all kinds of bowed. See, look how straight that one looks. And this one's kind of pointing in that direction. But we've got all that stuff. All right. That's quite the box. Ooh. Getting a little blue light from the outside. I got the doors open. There is the subframe. That is one impressive piece of work right there. So everywhere you see one of these hexagon holes, one of these Rivnuts goes in there. And once they're in, you take a tool. It runs a 6mm, 6 by 0.9, or was it 6 by 1? I think it's 6 by 1. But anyway, and it shrivels that thing up just like a rivet would do. Well, there was 4 rivets, which I'll have to look at the diagram and see where they're at. None of us has a rivet gun for this, and that looks like a very, very strong rivet. And I think that's steel or maybe stainless steel. That's not going to collapse real easy. And I don't have a rivet gun for that. We got a pneumatic one, but like I say, we don't have the different bits for it. But yeah, they're all over the place. I mean literally everywhere. There's 6 of them just right there. 8, 10, it just goes on and on. I don't know where these are going, but I'll have to figure that out. They're all in that sack there. It's all separate pieces, but that's pretty cool. And that thing, it's not light. I mean, that's a chunk of workmanship right there. You know, and by the time it bolts to the frame, the suspension, all that stuff, is all the bolting areas are bolted down on this thing. Now it becomes structurally insanely strong. It's amazing that they can come up with these things nowadays, huh? Now there's these rivets that are going through there that are done at the factory, to give it the structure that you're seeing now. You can see them all over the place in here. That's pretty impressive. But you see that big hole there? All the stuff that's in that big hole, it's all got to come out of there. And this is a plate that is sitting in that hole. This one, she definitely exited the chat, I'm here to tell you. I would imagine the bag kind of softened the blow, and that just took the brunt of it. Well, now that it's in the light, yes, definitely the lateral support is going through this piece. And of course the idler arm for the belt is going through it. Oh, even though I don't have to remove this, the bolts for that are going into that plate. But we got to take the weight off of it anyway, and remove the shock and air hose, and it shouldn't be that bad. Never count your chickens before the eggs are hatched. That's for dang sure. But based on the flat rate, it shouldn't be that bad. We got a little bit of extra stuff with the trailer hitch thing, but it's just some wiring. Well, off we go to the races. Look, I'm already dusty. I've been picking up the dusty parts, moving everything around. I set the nice gentleman's 2011. I don't want to embarrass it, but it's sitting between a couple of 26s. Isn't that hard to believe that thing is sitting on Spyders 15 years newer? That's crazy. It seems like Spyders had just come out when I was going to school. That was nuts. And boy, that is definitely casting some nasty light there. I apologize because I got the windows open. And my lens is probably dirty on my phone. That doesn't help anything. Yeah, we get on this side. So we don't get any of this bright light coming through. But I'm gonna bounce that and start sorting some things out here. Need to get that riv tool and see if I can collapse one of those Rivnuts through there. It should. I do like how they're hex shaped. I've seen from other manufacturers, and actually in the kit itself, they just have knurling on here. And if you guys have dealt with those and have something that gets stuck, well, the Rivnut spins in there, and sometimes you can't get behind there to hold it, it becomes a huge mess. That is a much nicer setup. It just hexes itself in there. Nice. So this is that Doyle Rivnut tool. I mean, that thing doesn't have a lot of torque on it. But what I was telling you about the hex, instead of the ribbed ones, you know, you get a guy that overwashes his bike, you know, and you get soap down in all the fasteners and just destroying the thing, or God forbid they're using a car wash and use the soap. The bolt will, you know, as they do, they get oxidized and get stuck. Well, the Rivnut spins because it's just knurled. It's not hexed in there like BRP does. But we'll try to get one of these Rivnuts in there and see what it does. Well, that's got some oil in it. But I'll let you know. Oh my George, that thing did a fantastic job. If I can get down in here good enough, you'll see that it seated it nicely. It planted it in very well. I mean, it did a fantastic job. Look at that. That's nice. That's really nice. So I'll have to sweat bullets over that. Yeah, that, I mean, went in, first try, and it planted it good. I might have to look into getting one of these from Harbor Freight. Pretty impressive. You know, it looks like it's, you know, full kit. You got SAE stuff in there too. I mean, in a pinch, if you need a Rivnut for something, the kit does come with metric and SAE. I think this is metric and SAE. Oh, look, something had still wet, leaving marks down there. And I can't tell if that's metric or not. It's not marked. But, I mean, it does come with all the stuff. Why is this one separated? Because they got all the, you know, the metrics and the SAE stuff over here. Anyway, I'm happy it works. It's all that matters. I gotta say, I'm impressed. My arms will probably be sore tomorrow. But there they all are. They're all planted in there. Even the one snuck in on the side over there. Heck yeah. I just can't believe that thing produces that kind of torque, being that small. I mean, you got to put some muscle in it. BRP, their Rivnuts are notorious for being very strong. You got them all in there. It's like it came right from the factory that way. That's the way I like it. It allows that to have that crazy amount of travel back there. That's just nuts. Things like a motocross bike.
All right. Yeah, I'll probably feel that in the morning, or definitely the morning after. That's cool.
Well, hello there, YouTube. Another beautiful, clear sky night. Roads are dry. It's not that cold. I think it's 46.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's the warmest it's been coming home in a long time.
But
why is the
carrying on?
Yeah, the dash cam went off.
That's what it was. I was trying to figure out what it was.
Yeah.
Electronic function.
Yeah. This is lane departure. Goofball, I'm sitting still.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
But I hope you guys enjoyed all the canyon and tool stuff today. kind of all over the place. But I had fun.
That's good.
I hope you had fun. I was like in the most mellow mood today.
That's nice. I like it when it
Yeah, just like, just even keel.
Yeah.
Might have to turn the volume up when I'm talking. I was wondering, am I talking so quiet? It's like, sometimes you just feel like you're just so mellow that you're not kicking the volume up enough. I never pay attention to the audio thing like I'm supposed to. I'll get it too high sometimes, and it's way too low sometimes. All you gotta do is look at it. It's right there, but I never do. Like half the time I don't even point the camera. It's pointing down, and I'm talking about something above it. I was like, you are a knucklehead. But anyway, we're gonna roll that.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. You guys have a wonderful Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
Yay.
Madison.
Dog.
Oh, Madison going back.
Ah.
All right. See you in the morning.
See you then.
Thanks for watching now.
Mhm.
Bye-bye.